June 16, 2009, literally fives of brave Americans took to the streets outside the Ed Sullivan Theater to protest David Letterman's tasteless comments about Sarah Palin's daughter. While liberals claim that Letterman was referring to 18-year-old Bristol Palin's pregnancy, the true patriots in Times Square that day knew that this so-called comedian was clearly advocating the rape of 14-year-old Willow, and they were not afraid to share their outrage with the world.
And he finally crossed the line, and that hate caught up with him, and he made a very inappropriate joke about a conservative person's child who he doesn't agree with or like, and insinuated statutory rape is just sick.
As he spoke sexually about a 14-year-old child, I think that's grounds enough to be fired for.
If people were lining up to go hear David Letterman today, that's an indication that a lot of Americans have lost their moral bearing. And if they elected Obama, that indicates that a lot of Americans were asleep when they were voting.
Verbal pedophile! Wake up! Go home and take care of your kids!
LA-based radio host John Ziegler, an American broadcasting legend famous for his book, documentary, and countless media appearances about the Palin family, held a press conference in which he was quick to point out Letterman's obsession with the Palin family.
This was the end result of several months of what appears to be a clear vendetta by David Letterman that was justified in his mind apparently by what appears to be a blatant liberal bias, as well as a rather peculiar interest in Governor Palin and the Palin family.
But as I learned that day, the Palins are the least disturbing of Letterman's creepy obsessions.
Think Letterman's a pervert?
Yup, yes, I do. He has an unhealthy obsession with young girls. And he allowed Drew Barrymore to strip on his show about a year ago. She'd been taken off then. I think he sent a subliminal message. He knew that the young girl was at the baseball game. And by the way, I don't like his explanation. 14 at 4 more years, so it's okay to talk about getting knocked up or gang raped. I don't think that's funny, and I'm a parent.
He just thinks it's very funny. He's a dirty old man, and he's a liar, and he uses children and sex and demeaning women to run his show up for a week straight.
This woman was absolutely right. What sort of monster would be cynical enough to exploit children for political purposes, or use this unfortunate situation as an excuse for more media coverage?
The comment that was made about statutory rape of my 14-year-old daughter, Willow. It took a couple of days for him to think of that excuse that, no, he wasn't talking about my daughter who was there with me at the game, the 14-year-old. He was talking about some other daughter.
Spokesperson issued a statement and said the Palins have no intention of providing a ratings boost for David Letterman by appearing on his show. Plus, it would be wise to keep Willow away from David Letterman. I'd like you to explain what that meant. Are you suggesting that David Letterman can't be trusted around a 14-year-old girl?
Hey, take it however you want to take it. It is a comment that came from the heart that Willow, no doubt, would want to stay away from David Letterman after he made such a comment.
John Ziegler outlined the true purpose of the Fire Letterman protest.
We just want some equity, some justice, some sense of accountability. That has not happened, and just because he apologizes and just because Governor Palin does the classic thing and accepts that apology does not change the reality of what David Letterman did.
And how can we get this justice and accountability? By pressuring Letterman's sponsors.
Do you think it's helpful for Olive Garden to be associated with approving of statutory rape of 14-year-old girls? Do you ever have mothers and fathers come to Olive Garden? Do grandparents ever come to Olive Garden? Do aunts and uncles ever come to Olive Garden? Do you think they think that you pay good money to support people laughing at jokes about the assault of their daughters?
Unfortunately, the brave protesters had to face the wrath of left-wing lunatics like these foreigners who had the audacity to lecture me on the importance of our American Constitution.
We're on the side of Dave, to be honest, because over there it's just nothing but like right-wing Americans, you know, doing their right-wing things and, you know, not actually abiding by the First Amendment, which I believe is free speech. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, because I'm not American, but...
These counter-protesters dared to hold up anti-Palin signs in front of the Fox News truck.
Why do you support the rape of 14-year-old girls?
David Letterman was making a joke about her older daughter, who is 18. So she's even incompetent at analyzing jokes. So she's dangerously incompetent in all arenas.
That's a convenient answer. Why did David Letterman want to rape a 14-year-old?
That's absurd. I'm not even gonna entertain that.
And one smug liberal simply judged the proceedings silently from the sidelines.
Are those sunglasses trying to shade you from Letterman's raping of a 14-year-old girl? Are you blinding yourself from Letterman's rapist past? If you think Letterman wants to rape little girls, don't say anything. He wants Letterman to rape girls. You heard it here first.
As of press time, Letterman's show has already lost the sponsorship of Embassy Suites and the Olive Garden. It was truly an honor for this reporter to be part of such a fantastic expression of free speech, which will hopefully result in the silencing of a vile child rapist. This has been Karl Spensen for the Spensen Factor Online.